This video is to show how to change the fonts for all layouts and all products that have been set using the Wysiwyg Custom Products plugin. Now once you've installed and activated your plugin, you should see the Wysiwyg Customize option in your settings page, and that brings you to this page here. This is the initial layout as you'll see it. Now I just want to emphasize something here, that when you change the font, it changes it for all layouts and for any product that's already had a layout assigned to it. So it's basically one font fits all. Okay, so now we've chosen that to change font, we click this link here and we can then go to the edit plugin page with the Wysiwyg font selection already chosen. I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques for how to change the font. I'm not saying this is the only way you can do it, but it's the simplest ways that I know of. Now the first one is to fetch a font from a third-party site. In the case I'm recommending, or the one I use, is fontsgoogle.com. So I just go to that page and show you how to choose a font. As you can see, there's a lot of fonts, 810 at the moment, that are available. So the first thing you probably want to do is to choose a few filters to come up with a better selection of what you might want to use. So I think that one looks quite nice. So what you do first is you select it, and you'll notice it comes up with a little pop-up. Put that back down, and I'll bring in another one just for comparison. Here's a pretty one. Okay, we've now got two families selected. Now the way I use it is to do the import. Okay, and you cut and paste that, and then you paste it into this area here, and then you go back to the Google and you copy the CSS from down here and put that in this area. So I'll select the first one for now and just comment out the second one for those that don't know it. The /* and then / is how you comment in CSS. So I'll update that. So let's save that. Go back to my custom product settings page and refresh that. We should see a change in font. And there it is. If I head back to this one here and change the font that's currently selected, so I'll just comment, undo that comment, and comment that out, update that, back here, another refresh, and there's the alternate font. Now the thing to notice about this one is it really doesn't fit into the bars. There's a calculation I do to try and make that work, but it doesn't work on all fonts. If it doesn't work, then when you're doing your layouts, use the fonts, not the bars, to guide it. But you can still use the bars to set the font size and adjust the font size, but where the font is what you use. Now the second way to change the font or to have a different font is a bit more technical and requires you to do a little bit more work. But I just go to the fonts.css page. This has already been set up, and it's how to use your own font. Now the first thing you have to do is to declare the font face, and then you specify links to where the font is kept. Now, to keep things simple, the URL in my case points into where the plugin is, and I'll show you where that's kept in a minute. If you've already got a font loaded up, then you can specify a URL to where the font's located, but that's a bit complicated to do as a quick demo now, so if you know how to do it, great. If you don't, I'll try and explain later. And then you can just specify in the div and span.wcp the font family name from up here. Okay, and if we update that, and refresh that, there's the change in the font using that font family. Finally, I'd like to show you where the fonts are loaded up to on your site. So this is the directory of the Wysiwyg Custom Products plugin, and you'll see there's a user folder. If you go into that, you'll see fonts and the fonts.css that you've been editing, and the fonts are uploaded into that directory, and that's what the CSS file is pointing to. So that's the easiest and cleanest way that I know how to make the fonts available. How you load them up to that location is up to you. Well, I hope this hasn't been too confusing, and I hope it's helped you understand a little bit how to change the fonts. If not, please comment and I'll see what I can do to help you. Thanks.